Alrighty.
You're welcome.
After Nasim's brief encounter with the police, she seemed to be galvanized in her cause. She had lied to the police when she stated that she didn't want to cause harm to herself or anyone else, as she had spent the prior day at a gun range preparing for what she had planned to do. In the morning, Nasim traveled the 30 miles from Mountain View to San Bruno and parked in a parking structure located across the street from the YouTube headquarters. She then walked onto the campus and found the open outdoor patio, where plenty of workers were sat eating lunch. After a moment, Nasim pulled out the 9mm Smith & Wesson semi-automatic pistol that she had bought mere months before this occasion, and opened fire on the crowd. She shot sporadically, with no set target, and aimed to take down as many people as she could. She first hit 2 women who had been eating on the patio, ages 32 and 27. She then hit a man aged 36 as he fled the gunfire, hoping to get to safety. Fortunately, she wasn't able to hit anyone else. However, another person fell whilst fleeing, and greatly hurt her ankle in the chaos. Almost immediately after Nasim started firing, chaos erupted. People inside YouTube's campus had no idea what had occurred, and one worker tweeted out, "We were sitting in a meeting and then we heard people running because it was rumbling the floor. First, we thought it was an earthquake." Other employees tweeted while Nasim was shooting, barricading themselves in their offices and sending out a mass goodbye in case something were to happen to them. However, after the initial round of fire, Nasim seemed to realize that she wouldn't be able to do any more damage. Only 3 people had been hit, and already so much of the area had been cleared out. The cops had already been called, and she could hear their sirens, as it took less than 200 seconds for them to arrive on scene. It was then that Nasim decided to take her own life, placing the gun to her temple and pulling the trigger. Luckily, the only life Nasim was able to take that day was her own. While the 2 victims had been in critical condition when they arrived at the Zuckerberg Hospital in San Francisco, absolutely everyone who had been injured made a full recovery. However, thousands were affected by this tragedy. Nasim was undoubtedly suffering from some untreated form of mental illness and believed, without evidence, that YouTube and Google were conspiring against her. She believed wholeheartedly that the world at large and the powers that be were conspiring against her as well, because of her beliefs and her animal rights activism, and there was nothing anyone could do to convince her otherwise. After the attack, all of her social media platforms were taken offline, save for her Telegram page, where she posted in Farsi. It remains a time capsule, and a look inside the mind of someone who planned to take as many innocent lives as she could, all because of a perceived wrong.